committees came to an end this evening, paving way for their approval or rejection by Parliament. During the vetting, the nominees were put to task over integrity and administration issues, with Interior and Coordination of National Government Principal Secretary nominee Mutea Iringo defending the Inspector General over the controversial 47 county commanders. Mutea told the Committee on Administration and National Security that should he be appointed, he will strive to empower the office of the Inspector General.
The Constitution gives the Police Service Commission the power to promote, transfer, and recruit and discipline police officers. But when you look at it, when you try to apply it right on the ground, it will be a bit difficult. This is a law that we feel in the spirit of interpreting the Constitution to ensure that there is a rule of law and, of course, security in the country. This is a law that is best delegated to the Inspector General, because he's a man who is the commander of the force.
But Dalmas Otieno, a member of the committee, begged to differ.
The Inspector General has the initiating powers, but what he initiates in terms of recruitment, in terms of promotion, in terms of dismissal, in terms of discipline, he must present to the commission in which he is a member, and the commission will say, okay. After that, he has total operational independence to implement what has been approved by the commission.
Mutea also denied claims that he had not applied for the said position. Engineer Karanja Kibicho also had his day before the Parliamentary Committee on Defence and Foreign Affairs, and as the vetting kicked off, the big question was tabled.
It is known, one engineer, that you never applied for this job with the Public Service Commission. You were not interviewed, and they've just administered an oath to you. So through your conscience, please, did you apply for this job? If you never applied, then you disqualify yourself.
Following these allegations, the committee chairperson and Tetu MP Githinji Ndongo came to the nominees' defense.
Information we have before us is in the contrary and affirms that the nominee had applied, was shortlisted, and was nominated by the Parliamentary Service Commission to His Excellency Public Service Commission, apologies, to His Excellency, and therefore was the names were forwarded to the office of the clerk. I therefore rule that question inadmissible, and Engineer Kibicho, you are not obliged to answer that particular question.
But this was not taken lightly, as the committee insisted that Kibicho should respond to the question for clarity.
Dr. Kibicho, Chair, point of order. Chair. Point of order, Chair.
Order, I will take your point of order in sequence.
Chair, this country is democratic. Engineer Kibicho can defend himself. You don't have to protect him. Let him defend himself. The nominee can shed more light on that, because it really does no damage. It will even help more. It's good that you inform us from the documentation you are having, but also let the nominee shed more light.
In his defense, the nominee attributed the issues at hand to misconceptions.
That is another misconception. I applied for this job in February when it was advertised. If you go to the website of PSC, you will find Dr. Karanja Kibicho is applicant number 86.
He also had to defend his choice to work in the foreign affairs sector, despite being an engineer by profession.
I see no contradiction between my training and the work that I'm supposed to do at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Still appearing before the same committee, Ambassador Monica Juma, the Principal Secretary nominee to the Ministry of Defence, had also to address the most controversial issues facing the defence forces.
Of course, there are big issues around unions. The practice across the world, as I have seen it, is that the defense forces do not form unions. But that is underpinned by the realization that they must be kept at an internationally acceptable standard. Because if you don't do that, you are creating your own risk. So I think it is incumbent upon this committee to realize that it is important that the defense forces are catered for adequately in order that we do not create a predatory defense force.
If successful in the nomination, Ambassador Juma outlined a way she deemed most appropriate to handle the refugee relocation issues that have equally stirred controversy among the international community.
We are a democratic country. We have to protect everybody within our territory, but also to underline that the character of some of the refugee camps within our territory have lost their humanitarian character.
Nominees who were also vetted today were for Environment, Mining, Sports and East African Affairs, and today's exercise concluded the 2 days of vetting of all the 26 nominees whose names are now expected to be tabled in Parliament on Tuesday for approval or rejection. Winnie Kizia for Channel 1 News Hour.